Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Dolphins and the reigning NFC champs. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now again, right side. It's Flynn, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run, and then executed.
They run the counter. Flynn. And some room to go. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 23-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Cassidy. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Panthers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jacobs, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. Whitfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. A lot still to go here in Super Bowl 61. We have reached the end of one quarter of play. We'll be back in just a moment. It's a close game here early on. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Walker looking to throw on 4th down. He finds his man, complete. That's Cox. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. To throw is Walker. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 14 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
On second down, it's Flynn. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Cassidy. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake. Cassidy. He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Off play action. Cassidy. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Walker from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there. Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 4th down, Walker. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he will have the Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw. On 1st and 10, Walker. That's right, set up the screen. It's complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat and is taken down right after. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain. The play fake. Walker. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score. Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal. Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board. Walker now. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
On 2nd and 9, Walker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 2nd down now, it's Flynn. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st down, Flynn. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner. 3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Flynn. Shreds into the stiff arm. 75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61, the culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's the option play now to the left. That's some space here. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Panthers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly a disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Walking out, throw on first down. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Whitfield. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Jacobs running to the left. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And some room to work. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 66 yards rushing forward to the ball game now on 14 carries. To the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd down and 7. Jacobs going to try the middle. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And that's on Austin Jackson, first-round pick in 2020. To throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another day.
Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Can you believe the decision to go for 2 here? For all intents and purposes, this play could decide the Super Bowl. And he's in. The move pays off, and they've taken the lead in this Super Bowl. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, You know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we eat. Came all the way from losing to win.